acquaintance be forgot and fuck 2020.
Honey.
Huh?
First off, we already did that 2 nights ago. And 2, Saturday.
Okay. Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah.
It's okay. He's got a little PTSD from 2020. He's still shaking it off a little.
But
okay.
I'm happy.
Yes.
We're happy.
We're happy.
Because it's 2021.
Yes.
And hopefully we will prevail. But anyway.
Maybe 2020 was all that bad.
Yeah, that was quite possibly the best time ever.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Saturday.
Yes, back to Saturday. You guys know what it is. It is Saturday Night Nightmare! Yeah! Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2021. I hope you guys had an awesome holiday. We sure did.
We definitely did.
Yeah, we pigged out and all fancy like, with sushi and stuff and cheese. And
because I have a cheese problem.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming back for another fantabulous year. I know, I make up words. What are we even watching tonight?
We are watching 1990 film, Jacob's Ladder.
Whoa, I haven't heard that movie in God knows how long.
I don't think I recall ever seeing this movie.
And it's funny because before even like putting this movie together to watch it, you almost thought it was a Stephen King novel.
I thought it was based off of Stephen King's novel.
Yeah.
Probably because it's Tim Robbins. And he's in like a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, it's actually the title is a reference to a biblical story of Jacob's Ladder,
right?
Which is basically dreams of a meeting place between heaven and earth.
Yeah.
And fun fact about it.
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder is actually highly referenced in the cult, community when it comes to video games. Of the Silent Hill series.
Okay, that makes sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense.
So if you ever played the Silent Hill series, you know the whole hallucinations and stuff.
Yes.
This movie it deals with hallucinations and all that other junk, so yeah. It's a heavy movie from what I'm trying to remember. Hell of a long time. I've only seen this movie once, a very long time ago. So in a way, this is kind of a first for me still. So, and apparently a remake with the gorgeous Michael Ealy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's who you were talking about the other night. Yes, I saw him. I was like, ooh, he's attractive.
Yes. I am a straight man, but
that's his man crush.
Yeah.
That's his man crush.
Yeah.
I can understand why.
Yes, those eyes. Body stuff. But anyway, veering.
We're veering a lot this evening.
But it's okay, because we're going to get straight to the point. You guys like the veering sometimes. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of our stories. Anything you want to add?
I have none. I have no idea.
Then we will get started with Jacob's Ladder.
Chicken. Ooh, Danny Aiello.
As Lewis.
Don't act like you know who Lewis is. As Lewis? Yeah, you're full of shit.
I fucking know. I don't know. Electronic waves or something. Maybe.
Whatever it is, it's like making
them have seizures.
Yeah. Neurological, but that can happen with gas.
True.
Neurological. So basically
That's not creepy at all.
Oh,
Whoa!
interesting.
Whoa!
And it went bye-bye.
Oh yeah. She's Spanish.
She's Spanish? She looks French to me.
Elizabeth.
Oh, I didn't realize that's who that was.
Oh.
That cunt. How dare you? How dare you? What the...
Anybody in there? Anybody home?
Whoa.
Ooh.
How are you? Not yours. I think I'm starting to realize something.
Use his guardian angel.
Exactly.
That's why I said...
He's trying to keep him from going to hell. So that's why he kept saying you're like an angel. It's like,
Yeah. Well then.
okay.
So...
This wasn't really.
That kind of aggravated me
Yeah.
on a couple of different levels.
Go first.
Mainly, the biggest one is one of M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong's most lauded movies was not a fucking original idea after all. Sorry for anyone who hasn't seen The Sixth Sense. But I mean, it's been out for, what, 15 years at least?
At least.
By now, so sorry.
But still, spoilers ahead.
Bruce Willis's character is dead the entire time. It's no different than this. He has to speak with the I See Dead People kid to find himself and have that realization. It's a very similar situation here where he's going through this dark hell, and again, the demons are trying to rip away those old pieces of his life so he can be ready to go up to the pearly gates.
Right. But you kind of did. There is a difference between the two. With Sixth Sense, he was a dead man in the living world. In this, he's a dead man in a dead he's not in a living world. He's actually he's between heaven and hell.
Yeah, he's kind of in purgatory.
Yeah.
Which makes sense with the Dante's Purgatorio and all of that.
Right.
Which is very heavy on those woodcuts that he was looking at in the
definitely
in the book. I mean, but he did still have interaction with living people because he kept seeing, well, interaction, I'm gonna, in quotation marks there, because he did keep seeing his ex-wife and his two kids that were still living.
Yeah, he was, but
and
yeah.
Technically Jezebel, even in that conversation with his wife, acknowledges that she is a real person that, well, no, I can't even say that because he said she worked at the post office, and from what we can see is he became a postal carrier after the Vietnam War, which he was dead. So that was all in his head, so she was probably made up.
Because as we found out, he's a doctor.
Right. And yeah, so he is a doctor, and Lou, what? Could Lou have been Lucifer?
Maybe.
even though he's a fallen angel,
but
he's still an angel.
He was telling him the truth basically the entire time. You know, the demons, according to if we're gonna go with the Catholicism and Christianity of it all, you know, the demons, or in my perception, the demons are basically there, according to this, to literally, as you said, rip away all the old memories,
connections,
the old
connections. Yeah.
What gives you that fear? And you know, with Lucifer being technically the angel of truth,
right?
You know,
the bestower of knowledge.
Exactly. He told him everything.
Yep.
Truthfully. He
Yep.
told him his wife talks about him all the time.
Yep.
You know? And thinking back at it, you know, he's like, I thought she said my wife didn't say much about me and stuff like that. He was like, you know.
Just that. Mainly
yeah,
that.
Yeah. And then he always had that healing touch to keep him going.
And he kept telling him to go back to his wife. Go home.
He's like, go home. Just go home. He's
Yep.
like, leave this life behind.
Yep.
You know? And it's like the doctor part of Louis, what I'm guessing in a way was an image of what he used to be, possibly.
Possibly.
And he just bestowed that into and if it was Lucifer, he bestowed himself as that character.
Right.
And it's funny how he said in the beginning, you know, all those names, those kids' names they're like biblical names and stuff like that.
Yep.
His son's name is actually a biblical name.
Gabriel.
Who is the messenger of God.
Yep.
What happens at the end?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
He gives.
Yes.
He
brings him home.
His son brings him home by giving him the message of, it's okay. You can come with me.
Yep.
And I was like,
and Eli, there's the book of Eli.
Yes. And,
I forget the third one's name.
I forgot the third one.
But
Jezebel in the Bible,
she was turning people away from the true religion of Israel.
Faith, yeah.
You know, Reader's Digest version. And for that, she was severely punished.
By getting thrown out of a fucking window. But yeah, like I you know, as a person who has, you know, of course gone through all the, you know, the Bible and then stuff, and then also learning it later on in life, a lot of things were very familiar.
Oh yeah,
that I've picked out.
Yes.
But being said, there was the pacing of this movie was not good. It was very slow.
I was actually kind of bored in the middle.
I was too. It was very slow, and then some of the scenes seemed sporadic. Like there were scenes missing almost. Yeah,
like you've got to wonder if maybe there was a director's cut somewhere, right. Or although I can't imagine what more they could have put in.
I really couldn't either.
Like, I think it was just, I don't know, I think there's a reason why it's not a hugely, I mean, yeah, okay, you've heard of Jacob's Ladder, the movie, but I've never heard of anyone being like, oh my God, you have to watch Jacob's Ladder, you know, throughout my horror travels kind of thing.
Right.
You know, things like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Thing, those are things you hear, like, you have to watch this movie.
Jacob's Ladder is more of a cult classic to a small following.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it does delve within the whole heaven and hell thing in a very discreet way.
Yes.
And it also...
I don't think it's actually even that discreet, because I knew, like, whether we realized he was dead or not, you could definitely see those parallels.
Right, no, true, okay.
You could, you know, the different motifs. You know, he's shining down on me from above. My mentor, my high school English teacher, Mr. Shear, during our mythology classes would give us, I have them somewhere, the sheets of different motifs and what they meant. And you could sit, once you had that sheet in front of you, you could watch anything and be able to pick this stuff out. And that thing was chock full, and I'll have to go back at one point and rewatch it again with notes. But yeah, I mean,
definitely, yeah.
It's there from the very beginning. I mean, like I said, you see the reference to hell on the subway, which is also in with drugs, and then you see it looked like eye drops. The posters all over the subway that said ecstasy.
Well, remember, ecstasy can be considered passion, and you know, hell does it help. It's more like an embracing in a way.
Yes, but at the same time, I think in this case it was in with the drugs, since it was a hallucinogenic drug that caused everything, and ecstasy is a hallucinogenic.
That's true.
So,
and plus, with him being caged into the subway, that's like, you know, the walls closing in on him type thing.
Correct.
And then with the lady not saying anything to him, it's like, you know, it's almost like that.
He was a ghost. It was and the train, like, kind of not quite passing through him, but yeah.
What, when he was
in the subway?
When he was on the tracks?
Yeah.
Well, it passed by him because.
But then it vanished.
Well, yeah, but then it had all those souls in the train.
So I'm wondering if maybe that was like a modern day version of Chiron's ferry.
I was thinking
going across the Styx.
I was actually thinking that the lady was Chiron in some sort of way, but I could be wrong.
Who knows?
But yeah, who knows? I mean, it's a movie from 1990.
1990.
Yeah. Usually, you say another. You say another. Don't calculate it. We don't need to know that.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Shh. It's okay. We're still young. But anyway.
Anyone got a good eye cream?
Yeah, but yeah, the thing about this movie is that the pacing, it has pros and cons. The pacing was very, very slow. The editing seemed kind of choppy. Mm-hmm. The sound, in a way, seemed off at times to me with certain scenes.
That could have just been our streaming service too. We don't know.
No. Like there was times where parts of them being outside was loud, and then it would like get lower.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like they did that with a lot of movies back then. If you remember, it was always like you'd have certain parts that were really loud, and then certain parts you have to like.
And then there was times I couldn't even hear them talk, and I was like.
Which is why I turned it up at one point, because I'm like, bruh.
But the pros of this is that, you know, it was a good, it was an interesting storytelling version of Dante's Inferno with a twist of exploring PTSD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting because, you know, with this considered like a horror movie was interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it. I I mean, like I said, chock full of imagery, and that I think was the best part of it, to be honest.
Because I'm reading something here from the screenwriter and co-producer. It says the horror of the movie would be in the revelation that hope is hell's final torment.
Mm.
So.
Well, it's like Sisyphus.
Oh.
You are pushing that your eternal chore is to push that boulder up the hill, and you get it up there, and you've got that hope that it's going to stay, and this is the last time, and then it rolls right back over you, and you got to do it all over again.
Right. So, what is the verdict?
4.
I mean, I give it a solid 5.
I don't like going in the middle.
You want me to go lower to go to 4?
No, we can stick at 5. I'm just saying, I personally don't typically give, because I feel like it's a wishy-washy number. So it's right smack. It's not great, it's not good.
That's why I give it a 5, because it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not great, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 screams.
5 screams.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the start of a new year.
It is.
You know, whatever. Anyway, we're gonna be doing Asian horror cinema.
Yes.
This month, and all of these films will be her first time watching them.
Your girl is gonna attempt subtitles in a horror movie if we can't find a dubbed version.
And if we find a dubbed version, your boy is going to deal with the bad English. Just bad. But I can deal. But yeah. On that note, if you guys, of course, as usual, have any suggestions of films, horror films that is, please let us know in the comments down below or on our social medias that you see here under us. And also, if you're new, subscribe and please hit the like.
Yes.
We do see it, and the likes are going up lately.
Yes.
And we love it. And you guys are subscribing, and we're even loving that too. So thank you for giving us a nice Christmas gift.
Yes.
And a nice going away present for 2020 because we enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yes.
But let's keep it pushing, keep it going, keep it moving for 2021 because we got a lot of good stuff.
You know what's really important that we need to do in 2021?
What is that?
We need to keep it real.
Oh. But we got to keep it spooky.
I think we need to keep it
real spooky. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. Peace out. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.